Yeah, I'm looking for my part. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Hey, hey, hey. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Shucks. Thank you. How is everybody? I hope all is well. How is everyone? Happy, happy Jupiter Day. Happy Jupiter Day. Yeah, I'm trying to get my charger. I know my phone ain't never charged. And this is a message that came in a very interesting way, but I'll tell you more about that in a few. All right, beautiful people. I'm guessing I could have left some music on for you, but I was trying to get a charger. So, welcome to the Jupiter message. It is Thursday. I am Empress A, your neighborhood favorites conjure lady. And I am happy to be here. So this message came to me. This message came to me this rising, and it's very interesting because just a little background. Um, I used, if y'all already pretty much know, but in case some new viewers here, I know people come back and watch it after the live. Um, my great grandpa was a reverend, um, and I don't know if that's why I'm so big on preaching a word, but I've always been very spiritually gifted. I've always been very prophetic. I've always been very, this is just something that was told, like, but I never knew what it meant. So sometimes I'm not a Bible person, right? Um, I don't view the Bible as a way of life. I view the Bible as a fortune tale. It's a story about fortune telling, things that are going to come. Because we all know that the Bible was created after all of the stuff it talks about speaks. So you have to ask yourself, like, who wrote it then? If this was created after, like, where did it come from? So I use the Bible, and I tell people all the time, me being, I was really big in church at one point. So the Bible is nothing new for me. I grew up with Jehovah's Witnesses and Baptist, studied a little bit of Buddhism, which is probably by far one of my favorite religions. Um, Highly respect the Nation of Islam. But as far as the Bible, I've always known that I just have always known, like, this is not a guide, a how-to guide. It's not a how-to guide. It was never supposed to be a how-to guide. It is this is shit that's happened. It's gonna keep happening, and history repeats itself. And here we are. So, our ancestors will still do certain things that we may not agree with. Just like your ancestor can tell you something, your ancestor can be dead wrong. Because, mind you, your ancestor is speaking from what their thought process has been. That's why it's very important for you to venerate them so you can understand what to listen to and what not to listen to. Because a lot of times your ancestors are speaking from them, what they think. Because I know that a lot of my ancestors on both sides are heavily big in the church, they do understand the purpose in which the Most High has guided me to do and what I have to do. But they also have a way of saying, read this, but read it again where you are now. And I was kind of like, y'all don't like the Bible like that. So what are you saying? I mean, the book of Psalm, that's a book of Psalm, Proverbs, Matthews, um, couple of they spell books. They're spell books. And Sparrow was like, yeah, but it's a gem in there. And I learn from all walks of life. I can learn something from a prostitute. I can learn something from uh, a doctor. I can learn something from a professor. I can learn something from a store owner. I can learn something from someone who comes to me for help. Like I tell you all the time, y'all teach me stuff all the time. So when this came to me, this rising, and Spirit was like, I want you to, I was in my meditation, and while I was sitting with Spirit, so we just kind of just sit and we speak telepathically. I watched a KRS-One video. I watched a Taj, I think his name is Taj Sharik video, and I'm just watching videos, and then Spirit kept saying the Book of Ruth, and I kept saying what, and I heard one of my ancestors say the Book of Ruth, and I was like, the Book of Ruth, what? And so a uh, I'm editing a TikTok for the business and for La Emperatriz Botanica. And as I am doing that, Spirit is like, and I want to show y'all what I saw because I like to give y'all the full experience so y'all can kind of see how symbolic things can be. So let me share this with y'all. Okay. So I'm literally preparing this. I'm literally preparing this TikTok, this reel, for today, and I'm checking stuff and I'm looking at stuff, and I'm like, okay, okay, okay. So then, like as you see, I'm just screen recording a website, right? And bless me with your beauty, that you need. Have you ever loved someone so much you thought you got? Giving so much of yourself, it seems the only way. Tell me what you want and I will give it to you. 'Cause you bless me with your beauty. Okay, boom. Yeah, the mix was lit since it was lit. So, boom. And the screen recording, I saw it said Keon Henderson TV. God is about to bless you with houses you didn't build and husband. Okay. So I had already been hearing Book of Ruth, Book of Ruth, Book of Ruth, Book of Ruth. And I was, because that's how spirit will communicate with you. And I go, let me see what Keon talking about. Because I like Keon. Even with the message he just gave, I kind of understood what he was saying. So, the one that they in the uproar about, I guess. But so I go over, and as soon as I open up my notifications, the notification was already there because I am subscribed to Keon Henderson TV because that's how big I was in the church before, you know, stuff was there. And I like Keon. I like Keon. I like a couple of them because I love how they speak the truth. Like no matter what the church is gonna tell you, this is what it really is. So I open up the notification. This comes up.
Go back to your mama. And when you get back there, there are gonna be houses and husbands. She said, if you keep traveling with me, I can't help you because I can't bear you any sons. What she was doing is making a reference to a custom called the Levirate custom. And the Levirate custom says that whenever a husband died, the woman got a chance to marry the brother of the man who died. But Naomi, like, I ain't having no baby. I'm past childbearing age. I'm not having no more babies. I done all of that. I'm 60. I'm done. So if you wait on me to have a baby, you might as well die. And guess what? If I did have a baby, you're going to have to wait too long for him to get old enough to marry him. So go back to your mama where there are houses and husbands. Can I make a declaration to every woman who survived this famine in this season of your life? I'm about to declare two things over your life. Single women, look at me. God says, get ready for houses. Slap your neighbor, say houses and husbands. He gonna give you houses you did not build and husbands that'll look at you as a good thing. If you believe it, open up your mouth and give them glory.
I literally
Now, I know y'all probably like, I got a man, I got a husband, whatever. But this is where spirit gets very, very tricky. You get what I'm saying? So today we are going to go over the multiple meanings of houses and the multiple meanings of husbands. So, welcome to the Jupiter message. Again, I am Empress A, your neighborhood conjure lady. We are going to say a word. And you know, lately, yesterday I gave a message, and I do want to shout out. I like to pay homage if y'all don't realize, if y'all haven't noticed by now. I love to give people they roses. My soul sister, and I feel like we are all together to do something very huge with one another and everything. Katisha sent me that something is going to happen, and I'm going to call this series the "It's Gonna Happen" series. Thanks to Katisha Pickens for following when Spirit put her in alignment with me and teaching me so much and pouring and feeding into me just as much as I pour and feed into her. So I do want to shout out Katisha Pickens just for the reciprocity, because that's hard within itself. So she gave me this song called "It's Gonna Happen." We broke that down the other day. And today, I want to give y'all the good word of what Source told me this rising. And now I understand a lot of things this rising. So it's very important to take them 15 minutes, y'all, and sit in silence so you can hear crystal clear. You don't got to be sitting in no cross-legged position. You don't have to be going, you don't have to do that. Those are beautiful things, but it's beautiful just to sit in silence. And that's what KRS-One that's that's what KRS-One taught today, was speaking without this. And he was like, how you look for the soul. He was like, repeat something in your mind without opening your mouth. And he was like, that's the soul. So definitely much gratitude. So we're going to say a quick prayer, a quick word up to Source for bringing us here today with this very powerful message. Grab your pens and your piece of papers. After we get done with this prayer, y'all know how we rock it. Hands open to receive, feet flat on the ground if possible. If not, if you laying in bed, baby, stay laying in bed and get your rest, sis. Get your rest, bro. Do whatever you need to do. So we're going to lift our heads up, because our heads lifted up are going to open up the pineal gland, which is our third eye, and it allows us to see the light of the Most High. Deep breath in through the nostrils. Source, I thank you so much for every opportunity that you are bringing to us. I thank you for the weight of the world being taken off our shoulders, as it is not our responsibility, it is all yours. As you have allowed us to come back into this room to aid you to clean up this filthy place that we call Earth, we thank you for allowing Mother Earth to love us. And we thank you for giving us the tools to utilize, the willpower to use the tools, and the skill power to know how to take our willpower and use the tools. We thank you so much for all of those things that we stress about when we lay our heads down. We know that you are active, Most High, even when we are in slumber. We know that as we travel to these different realms, it is you who is present, who is showing us the way and guiding us, and we will follow your word. We will stay connected to you. We will stay embraced with you. We will receive you in all shapes, forms, and sizes. We are open to receive the blessings and the miracles that you have bestowed upon us and bestowed upon our tribes, because we know that when you are blessing one, you are blessing all, because when you make one stop in the community, we're going to call you the godly ice cream truck. When you make a stop, everyone runs up and they get their cut. And we thank you for just blessing us and giving us the ability to celebrate one another. But most importantly, I want to thank you so much for us trusting you and bringing us together at all times and keeping us in alignment. And on those days where we don't know what to do, you give us the guidance. But with these burdens that we carry, we lay them down to make room for what you have for us. With these concerns, we hand them over to your aid, and you bless us with more. We thank you so much for the understanding, the understanding, and the overstanding of all situations. We thank you for the houses that you are building, which are businesses, which are great mental spaces, which is good health, which is actual husbands and wives. We thank you for the husbands that are coming forth to us, which is great partnership, and that these husbands don't use us, that they don't abuse us, and if they already have husbands that they are in a good relationship with, and that you have already deemed for them to stay with, we remarry these people to their husbands. We give their husbands the patience and the understanding, and give the wives the patience and the understanding, that anything that is trying to come in between them, you remove it and you heal. Give them kind words to speak to each other constantly. Give them healing powers. And when it gets rough, we know who to come to get it calmed down. We love you. We will always stay connected to you. Papa Legba, Elegba, we thank you. Ashe. Hello. Welcome. So, if you don't know, because some people don't know, the Book of Ruth, and I'm gonna pull it up for key pointers, because when Source and my ancestors told me to reread this, I was like, okay. I even said to my home, I was like, why am I getting called to reread the Book of Ruth? And she was like, well, sis, and she went back to referring to some things, and so very grateful for this message. So, as you see, the collection plate is at the bottom. Feel free to donate, give whatever you need to. Just make sure that you sow a seed somewhere. Um, don't forget to make your purchase of book at latinbaratriz.botanica.shop. We are back up and running, y'all. I had to find my team and just do my website myself. And also join us on Patreon at patreon.com/Empress A. And if you have any questions, concerns, emotional outbursts, send those right on over to latinbaratriz.botanica@gmail.com. And let the church say a gram, y'all. I heard y'all say a gram telepathically. So, today's Jupiter message. Today's Jupiter message is called Hey Ruth. Hey girl. And the reason why it's called Hey Ruth is because you're Ruth. And I'm going to divulge into some stuff. And we're going to get into it. So, as you know, Ruth was the daughter-in-law of Naomi. Okay. Naomi had lost her sons, her husband, and she had left her 2 daughters. Okay. So one daughter is Ruth, one name is Orpah. Orpah went back to her family, and it sounded a little too much like Harpo and Oprah, if you ask me. But anyways, so during this time, as you stated, as you heard Pastor Keon state that they were going off of a practice where if to keep the family lineage, okay, it would be and keep it in good standings if you were permitted to marry your brother-in-law the next. But Ruth didn't have any more kids. So what Ruth was telling them was, I'm past childbearing ages. I ain't having no more kids. And if I do have a child, you're going to have to wait until this child is 18. We're going to say 18, 19, 20, 21 before you can marry him. And then you going to be in childbearing age and we really going to be messed up. So she's telling her daughter-in-laws like, hey, look, I don't have anything to offer you. Just go. Just go. Like, I will not be mad at you. I will not speak badly of you. You will always have a place in my heart. But I really don't have anything to offer you. Like, we are poor. We don't have any food. We don't have any drinks. We sick. Like, just go back home where your families will house you and you can find another husband. So both of the women were like, no, we love you. Like, because obviously they had a damn good mother-in-law, right? And they were like, no, we want to stay. So Orpah was like, I'm out. I'm going to go ahead and head on back. I'm going to go ahead and head on out. I feel you, sis. I really wanted to leave anyway. But I didn't want to leave by yourself because I like you. So she's like, no, girl, go ahead, go. So Ruth is like, I mean, the Most High said I was supposed to stay with you. So, and you saying I'm going to stay with you. So, I mean, shoot, we're going to tough this thing out. You think I'm going to leave you while you grieving my husband and your sons? Nah. And your husband, we going to rock this thing out. So Ruth goes ahead and stays by the side. And Boaz, which is like some relation to Naomi, is who's running it, who's ruling it. And It's all good. So Boaz is sitting up there. Now, mind you, Ruth is not attractive. That's one of the biggest things. And I will say, I used to go to Redemption when Ron Carpenter was there. And I will say, Ron put it in a very eloquent. He was like, "Yeah, I know she wasn't really like cute. She wasn't a pretty woman, right?" Now I know y'all like, so what you trying to say? I ain't no pretty woman. Hear me out. Follow me. So when I say you Ruth, hear me out. Ruth ends up working for in the fields because she's making some money. She Naomi like, go holler at Boaz. That's my people. Let him know. I got you. So Boaz like, yeah, put her to work. That's cool. So Boaz is on mounted on his horse. If we talking about 2024, Boaz pull up in his G wagon, and he pull up to the drive-through, and Ruth at the window. Thank you for choosing Chick-fil-A. How can I help you? And he like, yeah, let me get a number one, extra pickles, cut it down the middle. Oh wow. What's your name? That's kind of how it went. So now she working in the field and she see him like she like, oh, he's yeah. But he already had been watching her like, damn, it's something about her. Okay. She didn't do too much. So in different scenarios, different versions of the story, she goes back, she telling Naomi about Boaz, and she like, yes, that's my cousin who got the money. That's the type of situation. That's my cousin who caved up. Listen, let me go ahead and fix your hair. And he like women that dress a little different. This is all we got, but we're gonna make it do what it do. So fast forwarding on through. Um, Boaz is going through something. He looked down. He like, oh shoot, Shawty's standing by my side, and now they get married, and then they create the lineage of King David, which led to Yeshua. Okay, now guess you're probably wondering like, so why I gotta be the unattractive one? Why I gotta be the unattractive sister? Why I gotta be the unattractive sister-in-law? Like, what's up with it? Let me tell you why. Physically, you're gorgeous. You're gorgeous. If we look at you and your life, your upbringing, what you got going on now, your situations, it's ugly. It is ugly. And the amazing part about that is Naomi is your higher self, you know? Ruth is you. Boaz is your abundance and prosperity. Orpah is your shadow self. Did you follow? Does that make sense to y'all? And I'm gonna even do one better because I hear some correction coming. We're gonna do it this way. So y'all can write it down. So Ruth is you. Orpah is your shadow self. We're gonna say Naomi is your spirit guide. And Boaz is the abundance. Because Orpah operated out of fear. Boaz is that thing that you're trying to accomplish, that thing that you're trying to get there. Whether it's a man, a marriage, a house, whether it is a husband, friends, a good thriving business, a wife, whatever it is, you are Ruth. Your situation to people is ugly. They always feel like you got something going on. They always feel like it's never going to get better. They always feel like you're repeating cycles because the only thing that they can see is what the eye is willing to show them. But when you're cloaked, all you look like is nothing. They're not supposed to care about what you got going on. They're not supposed to care about respecting you. They're not supposed to be around you right now because you're cloaked. And if you notice, every time you come, because you still got free will, every time you come up out of that cloak, you get a little hurt. Ain't time to come out that cloak yet. So Ruth is you, the hideous sister, who, in your eyes, when Naomi was saying, go back to your family, Ruth really contemplated it because Ruth was like, I'm not really pretty. Like, I'm horrendous. I look like no man. I was blessed that your son wanted me. And your son barely found me attractive. He just really loved me. And Orpah was like, oh no, I'm not being by myself. I'm not gonna be out here trying to figure out what we gonna eat and stuff like that. Not doing it. So Orpah went back to her comfort zone. She knew when she went back home, she was going to have a roof over her head. She was going to be hella unhappy. But she was going to get a little job making mocajates. And that was going to be her life. She was going to marry somebody she didn't want to marry, be forced to have kids, and just be sitting there with everybody else and grow old. And that was her comfort. Is that what she really wanted? No. But that's why I say Orpah is your shadow self, because your shadow self fears the unknown. Orpah didn't believe that Ruth was worthy enough. Orpah had already heard what people said about Ruth. Orpah had already seen what Ruth looked like, and she wasn't nothing to look at. So when Orpah is like, oh, I'm about to go. You can be out here with this old woman who's gonna die eventually, and then you gonna be by yourself. I'm going back home to my parents, and I'm gonna get me another husband, and I will be just fine. Send my condolences. I'm out the door. But Ruth started off as, I don't even want to go back because I know it ain't nothing new. And you ever feel that way? I don't want to go back to the old me because there's nothing there. I don't want to live back on that land where nothing resides but nothing. Have you felt that way? I don't want to go back to what I used to be doing. Ain't nothing there. And it's like, go ahead, go. It was almost like that movie, The Quiet Place. And she was trying to get that guy she was trying to get that guy in the new Quiet Place to leave. And he kept showing up. Like her little cat kept looking like he's back again. And the guy was like, I don't know, I'm just here with you during all of this. And sure enough, the guy was the one who got away with the cat. And got on the ferry and was saved and went to the other land. It's the same thing with Ruth. Ruth is that version of you that's seeking. Ruth is that version of you that is going beyond, because I don't want to be here. If it means taking away everything that I had that kept me here, take it away. I've been here too long. Take it away. I've been here too long. I don't want to go back to that place because it ain't shit there. It's nothing there. There's no food. And when I say food, I mean nutrition. There's no books to feed my mind. There's no good music to feed my soul. There's no good men to love me. I don't want to go back. So please don't leave me, Naomi. Don't leave me. I'm going with you. You going with me? I'm going with you. So when I said it was time to pick a side, it was time to pick a side. I'm going with you. You going with me. Yep. But I don't have anything to offer you, so. But I've been through heartache and everything around me is crumbling. So you feel safe. You feel safer than what they feel like. You feel safer than what Orb going back to. Because we know what's over there. And if I know what's over there hurt me so bad, God wouldn't move my feet. If what is happening back there caused me all this anguish, like literally, God took it from me. My husband, my father-in-law, your sons, my brother-in-law. Everything that was back there is dead to me, including my husband. So I'm going to go with you. And because I know these are your people, I'm going to let you guide me and tell me what to do. And I'm going to listen. I'm going to be obedient. So when we leave there, what happens is we exit the old version and we take a leap out of faith, the fool energy. I'm willing to start over. I'm ready for a new beginning. Let's just start over. Okay. Let's just go. It's just me and you. Let's just do it. So then you move forward in new beginnings. You do things you've never done before. I'm going to work in the field. You're going to work in the field. I'm about to get active. I'm going to start putting some actions behind my words. And now I got to actually do the work to get the goal. I don't have a husband anymore. Husband, which is favor. I don't have a husband anymore. I don't have anybody coming to save me anymore. I don't have anyone to rely on anymore. Do you understand, Naomi? This is about me. So when I married your son, that was a family union. Now I'm not married. Let's just move on. So then you go, and even when she said they have houses to offer you, and you'll get another husband very quickly. The houses is the security. That's your security. So here you are, very well in the space of the unknown. You are feeling bad about leaving Orpah behind, feeling skeptical about following Naomi. But Orpah, you acted impulsively. You always do things impulsively, and then you regret them later. So I'm gonna roll with Naomi and see what she got going on, cause I'm gonna get the Boaz. And I didn't even have to work in the field long for him to notice me. I just had to show a little bit of effort. So I didn't have to work or do too much to get my abundance to locate me, but I had to do something. So now when it comes, I got to do something different to get something I've never had before. I can't want this person to be my husband and I'm still behaving like a child. Because I've prayed for him and manifested him to be my husband. And I'm still over here acting like I'm a 17-year-old girl. I want that house. And I'm willing to do what I got to do to get that house. I jumped through loops to get an apartment, but I'm complaining about jumping through loops to get a house. Oh no, I'm a step behind it. I remember working jobs that I hated. I remember going to work, missing out on stuff with my kids being sick. I couldn't even be there. And I did that to pay rent. You mean to tell me I won't turn it up a notch, 2 or 3 notches to do what I need to do to pay a mortgage? So you have to follow the voice and the direction of the unknown. But the beautiful thing about the story is people said that it was a love story, but it really was showing you faith and trust to get what you want. See, you think your situation is ugly, but see, your abundance sees you as the most beautiful thing walking this planet. Your abundance sees you as who you are when you are pure and you are righteous and you are loving. So your abundance is like, oh, there she go, and she putting in that work. I can go get it now. It don't take much to qualify for what's already yours. So when Spirit led me to read this story again, I got it. I got it quick. Houses also symbolize relationships coming together. But we all know what it takes to build a house, right? They don't just put 4 pieces of wood and put a roof on it and slide some carpet in there, right? No, it's a process. It is a process. It's a process. It's a challenging process. It's new. Of course, it's going to be challenging. But the whole story was much deeper than just a man and a woman. It was your discipline to stop doing those things that's keeping you stuck. It was a determination to keep going and not getting distracted. It was a passion for doing what you believe. Listen, I'm going to drop at your ankles and I'm going to surrender. Because when she was at that man's feet at the bottom of his road, I surrender. But you got to be in a position to be ready for that. So when you read this story, you'll read it in a different context now. Even if you hear like a preacher preaching, you're going to be like, Whatever. I could have got so much from this word, but you got the word. Because you think your situation is very horrendous and ugly and it's unbearable, but Source said, no, it's not. No, it's not. It's befitting. I place you where you need to be. You don't need to force yourself and know, well, I'm already placing you there. And when I place you there, be grateful. Ruth was grateful she had work that could feed them and take care of them. It didn't matter if her hands was dirty. It didn't matter that it was strenuous on her back. Hey, listen, I'm getting us an income. We can eat. That's good. And boom, she did it with pride. Ruth wasn't worried about nothing else. Orpah left. It's just me and you. This is all we got to worry about. And she's the one who rode off with the royalty. That's the deeper part of it. When you just sit back and ask yourself, what am I doing? Am I on the right track? And Spirit reminds you that you are. And even though you think that you're ugly, you think that the situation's ugly, it's not. And one of the things that I saw someone say is that he takes or she takes us through the ones who get used are the ones who've had it rough. Mm. The ones who get used, because I need to show somebody what I can do, so I'm gonna take you. And I know the contract that you hear on is a mess, so I'm gonna clean you up because you're going to be the shepherd that leads them to freedom versus leading them to being slaughtered. So it looks ugly, but understand that you are not looking through God's eyes. You looking through your lenses, you looking through your friend lenses, you looking through everybody's lenses and their experiences, but you're not looking at it through yours. It's a bigger picture for you. A much bigger picture for you. And your Boaz is literally waiting like, I'm waiting on you to come to the field so I can get you. It's hot out there. That's y'all. I'm gonna tell you how this. I'm gonna tell you how this will go with some of y'all. Naomi will be like, yeah, we don't go. They hiring for people working in the field. Who finna go work in the field? No, but if you work in the field, you get close to Boaz. Boaz fine is on the way, and he caked up. Mm-mm. He can be fine all he wants to. I ain't looking for no man that way. I'm still trying to get over your son. I'm I'm hurt right now. But I'm just telling you, if you go work in the field, he literally be right there in the field, sitting on mounted on his horse, looking around. He ain't going. What he gonna want with me? You know how many women the whole time they only like this. I'm just telling you, God told me to tell you to go in the field. But why? Never mind. Then you sitting there 6 months later. You sitting there 6 months later, and your neighbor say, "You would never believe how my daughter met him. How'd she meet him?" Girl, she was working in the field, dirt all over the place, mud all on the face and everything. And he walked by and she literally looked up and he looked at her and the rest was history. It's almost like just being in the field, putting in a little bit of work, got her blessing. Now you sitting there talking about some, I should have just went in the field. Oh my God. That's y'all. That's y'all. Y'all will get instructions on how to get your blessing, and because it ain't the way that you want it to be, you literally will question every single thing. You don't add, and that's the biggest self-sabotaging thing that you can do because you don't ask so many questions that the time don't run out and your blessing is off to somebody else. It wasn't meant for me no way. Oh, okay. Because what's for me can't be taken. No, but it can be given away. And it can be blocked too. Don't ever think that you the exception. Don't ever think that what's for you is for you. You got a duty to do. If you're not going to do the duty that I sent you to this room to do, I'm going to put it on someone else. And then I'll show you. Because see, what we have to realize is the Most High is very petty. The Most High will put your blessing in front of you and then we'll see what your instant response is. You mean to tell me you've been crying about finding this job and getting this job? I give you the opportunity and you over here talking about some bull? You don't want it then. We're not in the time anymore where we can be like, okay, I'm sorry, forgive me. No, Spirit is like, enough is enough. God has had enough. Your higher self within you has had enough. It's no longer fighting you. Some of y'all have went back into eating certain things you haven't even eaten. Like if you started back eating McDonald's and your stomach isn't hurting anymore. It's not that McDonald's changed the formula. It's just that your higher self, your inner God is like, oh, I'm not begging. I'm not going to give any more grace. I'm not giving no more favor. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm not doing this with you. There is no more, okay, if you go back and give me another chance, it's no more of that. That's why it ain't working. I know God gonna fix it. You are God. That's why it ain't getting fixed, because there's no way for you to fix it. You can only tap a glass so many times before it shatters into a million pieces. You can only do it so many times. So many times. You can only, because it's a lot of tests that get put up, and it's almost like I'm giving you quiz after quiz after quiz, test after test after test. You must like staying in this grade, so I'm just gonna leave you here. I gotta leave you here. And y'all can't combat with that. And that's okay. You just figure out a different way. Because some of y'all want certain people to be your husbands in spirit, like, never gonna happen. That's the hurtful part. Is that spirit like, mm-mm. So now, as you sit there and you're not really utilizing the knowledge that you have gained, spirit, like, you just be doing like all this information sitting in front of you, and this is what you choosing to do. You like this life. You like it. Do what you do. Just don't blame it on me. Like some of y'all are able to eat certain things that you used to couldn't eat because your higher self is already like, it's just not it. Like I'm just not gonna keep doing it. Hello. I'm just not gonna keep doing it with you. I'm not gonna keep going back and forth with you. Because at some point, you just don't do certain things. Spirit won't allow you to. And as much as Spirit won't allow you to be at certain places. You won't even have the desire for certain things. Roll your blunt, you can't even smoke it. You forgot it was sitting right there. That's how you know your alignment is in your that's how you know your alignment and that you're kept. Because when you kept, you'll be getting ready to pull in somewhere that you shouldn't be. And you'll be like, I forgot where I was gonna go. What was I about to go? What was I gonna do? Huh. Forgot. Anyways. That's how divinely kept you are. When you can't even be in certain spaces. There was no way for you to do that and hurt yourself. I didn't put you in that space. That's how I'm not playing about you. I done distracted you before you could even get there. Oh, okay. I know a lot of people that I used to turn up with, we used to have a good time. In certain settings, turn up look a lot different. I got one homegirl, she'll tell you, like, I can't even get drunk. It's the craziest thing. She can't. And I love that for her. And Chet, you said something about McDonald's. I'll use an example. I haven't eaten McDonald's since May 31st of 2017. And I remember because that's the day I got pregnant with Gigi. That's the last I ate it. It wasn't hard for me not to go there. Like I know some people that be like, I ain't going over there. Mm-mm. They won't even spend their money over there. Their kids don't ask for it no more. And they're like, it was the craziest thing that my kids just don't even ask for it. Yeah. Because that's the cloak. I see what you're doing. I'm going to help you on the hard stuff. The stuff that's really, really hard, I'm going to help you. The stuff that's really treacherous, I'm going to help you. If I see, because y'all shouldn't be eating McDonald's, no way. Like, there's no, and they already done told y'all they got a contract with the hospital and they take dead people to make their food. The McDonald's phase, we passed it. You shouldn't be eating that at all. If you can stomach McDonald's, if you can stand the smell of McDonald's, I don't even know how you spent your money there, chat. I really don't. The McDonald's phase is like, no. It's people I know that was obsessed with Chick-fil-A and can't eat Chick-fil-A no more. And they like, it don't resonate. It's like it's not even on my radar. It's not even on my radar. So applaud yourself because it is people that don't even realize that stuff you should be applauding yourself for. When you don't have a desire to get high all day. You don't have a desire to get drunk every weekend. You don't have a desire to get drunk every day. You went from sitting in somebody's club 4 times a week to now you have your glass of wine, fix you a cocktail, you good to go. You went from looking at your bank statement and in the club you spending $200. Now you spending $20. You done got you a little shot. You done got you a Modelo, and you good for the rest of the night. And you had a blast. Applaud yourself for that, because sometimes Source will keep putting you somewhere to remind you of how far you came to. And it's just like you do certain things, you walk certain paths, and certain things just not in your pathway. Certain worries not in your pathway. Some of y'all stress because you ain't worried. That's good stress to have. I'm a little worried. Why? Because I'm not worrying. Congratulations. It's gonna get worked out. Some of y'all so disconnected from money because no matter how ugly I feel like the situation is, I can see Boaz sitting over there and it's within my reach. All I gotta do is think differently and speak differently. But you also have to be willing to not only listen, but to act on it. Because that's what the storm was. Because that's one of the things when it comes to Orpah and when it comes to Ruth, when Naomi spoke, one person listened and one person heard her. One person listened and one person heard her. And I'm going to show you. We're going to use the Oxford Dictionary. Because the Oxford Dictionary, let's go to Oxford. Boom. Oxford Dictionary online. So we got listen. Okay. I'm going to show y'all what he taught in class today. Hold on. So Karis one taught this thing today, and I attached it to it was an old lecture, but I listened to it anyway. So we're gonna listen to Old English, and we're going to listen to the C1400 meaning. So it says, listen. If you don't give me the etymology of this, listen is a noun. Okay. And when we listen to something, it's a noun, right? And that's to pay attention to somebody or something that you can hear. To give attention with the ear, attend closely for the purpose of hearing. I'm going to give you my ear. Okay. Now, to hear. Okay. Gaining a message or information. So one person was listening and one person was hearing, because that's something that I noticed that my collective does. Some people listen, some people hear me. For me, when you hear, You gained the gem, you gained the knowledge. I can tell because some of y'all lives are doing something different. And some of you, I could tell during the storm who hears me and who listens to me. No matter what you tell me, I watch. Spirit watch. That's a position that y'all should be in with people where you are watching more so than you are just creating what you want to believe. Like you'll literally look at a person and be like, now this person over here, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening. This person over here, this is happening, and this is happening. Yeah, but this happening, this happening, this happening. God damn. Then this person over here, I'm like, okay, I see. So when you hear someone, to me, you gain that knowledge. You got the message. I get it. I gained some wisdom for you. This is perfect for me. When you listen, I just gave you my ear. So for me, Ruth heard Naomi. Orpah listened. Hence why she just heard her say, go back. She didn't really hear what she was saying. When Ruth heard Naomi say, I'm past childbearing stages. Right now, I don't think I'm having no kid, but if I do have a kid, you're gonna have to wait. My girl heard it's a possibility of better in the lineage that I like to be a part of. Perfect. When you listen, what you heard was, I ain't never gonna have another child again. So you might as well go back. So the next time that these women run into each other, you probably, and this is just my hypothetical, this is my theory, you probably would have them cutting through where they're from, where she went back to, and they like, oh, the royal kingdom is here. Oh, okay. And he brought his new queen. Oh, what's her name? Queen Ruth. Hmm. You know what? You said Queen Ruth, that made me think of Ruth. My old sister-in-law, I wonder how she doing. Yeah, they said that her husband passed away. Well, people husbands passing away left and right. Is that her? And you over there cleaning up pig poop because you only listen. You don't hear, you listen. Yeah, it sound good, but you only listen. You ain't heard nothing. So that's the difference. One heard her and went and got her abundance and her prosperity and her everlasting life and went on to create a legacy. The other one listened and stopped her growth because she was scared to put forth the effort. Your shadow self, your higher self, your spirit guides, and your abundance all come together like this. That's where the book of Ruth come from. When you learn that when I go step foot in that field as though I'm Ruth and I lay my eye on the prize, I already know it's mine. I ain't worried about, you know how many people's working in that field? My girl went up to her blessing, laid at the foot of her blessing, put her hands at the end of the robe, slept at the foot of her blessing because she knew it's going to happen. She knew it's already mine. She knew that I deserve this. She knew I'm worthy of this. You didn't bring me here for no reason. She also knew source. Source, you didn't bring me this far for this man not to be mine. You didn't bring me this far for my business not to thrive. You didn't bring me this far for me not to sign this house. You didn't bring me this far. You didn't change the prices and you didn't change the regulations in the housing market just when you gave me the courage to hit apply for no reason. So any little thought that creep in your head, hey, look, that shit ain't even real. It's not real. I ain't worried about nothing. And when I do get worried, I'm gonna hit that song by Jacqueline Carr. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Order my steps. Order my steps. Source right to my blessing, right to the abundance, right to the prosperity. Order my steps so when I step to it and when I walk to it, there's nothing that's going to come in between it. Order my steps so I know the pathway to go and I know that you protected me so I move through gracefully. So when we go back and when my enemies are watching it, when they are seeing what I do, I'm moving through like this is the matrix. This ain't even a maze to me. This is my life, but it looked like a maze to them. And they trying to find a puzzle piece to figure out how I got to where I'm going. But it was none of their business in the first place. So confuse the enemy, confuse the matrix, because the matrix will think that I am connected to it and will show my enemy certain things. And then the matrix will be like, well, no, 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 no. I thought I thought she had an eviction on her background. She did no, she can't buy no house. She can't buy no house. I I thought her husband was on the house. What you mean they renewing their vows and buying another house? What you mean they don't quit their jobs and now they what you mean? You confuse the enemy. That's how you win. It's one of my prayers. Source, confuse the enemy. Ancestors, confuse the enemy. That's why when you see some people blessed, you got to be careful what you listen to. You got to be careful what you listen to. Cause I had a conversation with somebody. I was like, no, that's not true. I got proof on my phone. That's not really how that happened. Stop listening to people. We literally had a conversation. I mean, earlier this week. Watch what you listen to. Cause baby, God'll do one, and you'll be like, wow. Wait, she went from being in between cars, moving back home, and she just posted that she got a house and a brand new car. Oh no, that's not possible. She don't got no job. She ain't got no job. Well, yeah, she own the business. Well, she must have did like what kind of program is she in? Not in a program. She bought a house. Because they're not gonna believe you until they are shown. That's why sources confusing people. We do it all the time. We think we'll sit there and think we know somebody's whole life story. And he don't want to be with her. He don't want to be with her. Next thing you know, here they go posting family vacation trips. And you like, and next thing you know, here they go walking down the alley. You sitting over there like, oh, that's what's going on. Yeah. Because that's what Source will do. Source will put your situation and hide the parts that will embarrass you. That's why if you feel like somebody knows some of your business, you got to keep telling yourself, that ain't true. That ain't true. That's not true. Because that ain't my situation. That's not my situation. She ain't got no job. Boom. How she become a manager? Oh, that's what she doing. Okay. Okay. But that's why you have to be willing to hear your spirit counsel so you can gain the knowledge that you need so you can know which way to go. Order my steps so I'm walking the path that you have for me to get to where I want to go and where I want to be. Because all of that God fearing, God willing, God doing it, no, that's you talking about yourself. That's why when people keep saying God willing, God willing. That's what Orpah did. God willing. I'll go back and get me another husband. So you attracted the same situation that you had before because you were too scared to come over here. Oh, okay. So we gotta tighten it up. That's why it's important for you not to speak on certain things that you don't know about. Especially, and y'all also, a lot of people have got to get to the point where you're not pay attention to what somebody do on a regular. If I already know you full of it, you can't tell me nothing about nobody. Nor am I gonna sit here and listen to you. Because by me entertaining the activity that you're doing, that means I'm condoning it, which means I want that in my life. I don't want that shit. What in me? So, Source, I welcome you. Ancestors, I welcome you to come into my life and bring forth my heart's desires right now in this instant. I call for you to do that thing that you do that's so massive and so powerful. I call for you to eagerly walk me to my blessing with ease. I call for you to increase my faith and my trust and my belief and my prosperity and my protection. Call it and bring it so strong and so massively that when I come up during trials and tribulations, I breeze through them so easy. I didn't even realize it was a trial and a tribulation. Every situation that people tell me difficult, make it easy for me. Make me grateful. I don't care. I don't care if my kids, we got a better relationship for one day. I'm grateful for this one day because one day is better than us being mad at each other for 6 months. I am grateful. If my child is doing just a little better, I am grateful. Baby, I'm grateful. Yes. Because I didn't learn how to do my job overnight. It took time. I am grateful though. Speak life into them babies. Speak life into your significant other. You're doing a great job. Quit talking, quit seeing this person down and saying, what's wrong with you? Nothing. Hey, I just want to tell you thank you for everything that you do for us. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. I'm excited for you to start your business. You know how many people finna be at that dog? Oh, you doing a good job. You so brave to even do that. Why is that so hard for people? Why is it so hard for you to magnify the beauty of what people do versus kicking them while they down? You know that man had a hard day. You know them kids tired. As soon as you get in the house, take the trash out. I don't even have to get on myself about that. Just breathe. Breathe. And then take the trash out. Get your snack and take the trash out. Speak life into your friends. Oh, girl, I'm so proud of you. That looks so good. Y'all, one of my homegirls was speaking. I call her my sister. When I tell you that Heifer was so happy about my website, she said, girl, you did that on your own. You always just be blowing my mind. Oh, she was like, oh, you did that. You did that. I be on her, oh, so proud of you. Thank you. So when we starting? When we doing such and such? You do so good. I love that for you. I love that you got a husband, your kids got a daddy that show up for them on a regular. I love that. Why is that hard? Because even when Ruth was hearing everything, thank you, bro, was hearing everything that Naomi was saying, she was like, but I can't leave you. What about such and such? What about this? What about who you are? It's already happening. Your blessing is already here. You got to get some discipline. And you're running out of time. Because this shift, if you on this side of the realm, this shift right here, shit. This shift right here, no mercy. When I say there is no mercy, you know better. When you pick the side, you knew what you was getting into. Why would you even come over here? That's like saying, yeah, I applied for this construction job and I know I gotta be to work at 5. Like they literally done told everybody 100 times you gotta work 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. so you could make $1,000 an hour. I want $1,000 per hour, but I did go out and I did oversleep. And they like, yeah, we told y'all we had a zero tolerance. Cause some of y'all just entitled. Y'all feel like y'all take that word grace and y'all run that word in the ground and spirit like ain't no grace. Didn't I tell you not to do such and such? Didn't I tell you? What did I tell you? Well, yeah, but didn't I tell you? What did I tell you? Why would you even come over here? So your repercussion is gonna be your punishment is gonna be 10 times worse than what it was if you would have stayed over there because now you done lied and took up the space from somebody else. You done took up the space for somebody else. Now I see that you selfish and you a thief and you just still want what somebody else got. So now you done brought your tail to this side of the rim, Orpah, and you wasn't ready. At least Orpah walked her tail on back to her home. Let me go on back to the house. You knew you wasn't ready to get in the field. You knew you weren't. You don't never finish something that you start. So why did you come over here? Because I thought this is where I was supposed to be. No, this is where you wanted to be, but you didn't want to put the work in. And this is not a okay, I'm gonna punish you. This is a out of here. Stop playing with me. So we gotta take that seriously. But I am proud of y'all because this is a hard journey to be on. Very hard. It is very hard. That's why I be on y'all so heavy about obedience and us just doing what we supposed to do. Cause it's just certain things that I have to get on my own tail about. Certain things, like even down to my phone being in my hand. I was like, Spirit, why I keep picking up this phone? Spirit said, I told you to pick the phone up so you can work on your marketing. I ain't tell you to pick the phone up so you can scroll for no reason. I said be intentional. And I said, you did say that. And baby, y'all finna see me more than y'all done seen Fashion Over. My mentor said, Fashion Over. Text my wife and my kids 100 times per week. What's the problem? So we gotta be obedient. And we have to hear versus just, listening. So that is it. Empress A, love y'all. Love y'all. I gotta go and do TikTok readings for 1 hour. People on TikTok, they a different breed, baby. That's a different breed of people. But I tell you, I don't choose who get the message. But I love y'all, and remember to stay safe, stay prayed up, and remember to stay connected to yourself because you are everything. You are God. You are the universe. You are the co-creator. You are everything. I love y'all.